Greetings and welcome, guys, to another great episode of Empowered People, guys. Today, we're going to be covering step number 6, which is handling the paperwork, guys. And by far, I want to summer it up. The 7-step process for doing it yourself. I truly believe you can do it yourself. So go look at my other videos and follow the step-by-step process to selling your home just like a rock star, guys. So without further ado, let's take a look at handling your paperwork and what that looks like, guys. So I have highlighted 4 key points you want to keep an eye for when handling the paperwork. This by far is one of the steps you want to stay organized. Okay, guys, you really want to have a checklist. You really want to make sure you set up proper follow-ups. Okay, weekly, you're going to want to stay in touch with your title to company or your attorney. You want to stay in touch with your buyer's lender, and overall, these are the people that you really want to stay on top, making sure that you have a smooth and seamless closing process. Okay, so handling the paperwork, again, it's a really critical process. There's a lot of legal terms that could potentially, hurt you if you don't understand what you potentially are getting into. So that's why it's really important that you connect with your local title company or your real estate attorney, which they can help you in this process, guys. Now, if you're dealing with the home of yourself and you wonder where can you obtain a purchase agreement, well, very simple. You either could contact your real estate attorney or your local title company, and they'll be more than happy to provide you with a purchase agreement. You're also going to want a property disclosure, guys, by far, to avoid any legal problems in the future, in the near future, or in your closing. Make sure you have a property disclosure ready and ready for your buyer to sign it, okay? So, purchase agreement, guys, by far you want to outline your terms on the purchase agreement. This is something that you really want to make sure that you use either your state standard purchase agreement or you're drafting one or your attorney has one. Make sure that they highlight some of the more important things you need to know about this contract, because this is going to include your price, your closing date, and any contingencies. Now, keep in mind, contingencies are extensions potentially to the contract. What are contingencies? Well, potentially you might need a lease back on your property for 30 days. That's a contingency added to the contract. On your buyer finds something during your inspection, and he basically their contingency is, of inspection, you have a 7-day inspection overall, or they might be selling their property to buy your property, and their purchase of your property is contingent upon the sale of their home. So you see, those are contingencies. So you want to understand what kind of contingencies you're basically, executing, addressing with your buyer. All right, guys, accuracy and detail. Ensure the details is accurate and clear, stated to avoid misunderstanding and disputes later. That's very important, guys. A lot of misunderstandings do happen in this transaction because there is a lot of moving puzzles. Okay, but overall, if you have a good real estate attorney and or a good title company, it should be a seamless process. Your job just be really following up and checking off the boxes, making sure things are going accordingly. And if you're dealing with a buyer and your buyer is dealing and has a lender, make sure that you're following up and making sure that their underwriting is doing what they need to do, and how far are they on the streamline to making sure this file closes on the given date. All right, on the agreed upon. Now, disclosure forms. I mentioned that you do want a property disclosure. Legal obligations. Seller are legally required to disclose any known issues with the property, such as structural problem, past repairs, or environmental hazards. You want to make sure that you have a property disclosure and that you keep your honesty as much as possible, because this could hurt the sale of the property. I do see sellers that unfortunately try to put a band-aid, and the buyer finds out, and they don't end up happy. It's just this mistrust already, transparency. That's why there's a highlight there. Providing a complete and honest disclosure helps build trust with the buyer and prevent legal complications, because by far it could lead to legal complications. And that's something you really want to avoid in the transaction, just for the sake of a win-win situation. All right. Other legal documents, essential paperwork. This include deeds, the title report, and any other documents required by local law and regulations. Now, usually your title company or your real estate attorney are going to be addressing the title commitment, which in this case, they want to see if there's any liens or any discrepancies with the deed. So overall, this is something that you're going to want to cover with your real estate attorney or title company. Once they get their title commitment back, typically it takes anywhere from 3 to 7 days. You want to review that title commitment. You want to make sure that there's no any discrepancies or any claims on the property or any judgment liens, because liens could be imposed. Let's say somebody did a repair, you didn't pay full price, a lien could be imposed on your property. Make sure you consider a professional assistant, consider hiring a real estate attorney, as I mentioned, to help you review and prepare these documents to ensure meet all legal requirements. Guys, very important. I'm telling you, don't try to skip the process and do it yourself to save maybe a little bit of money. I prefer you don't unless you know what you're doing. So now let's move on to coordination with relevant parties, communication, maintaining clear communication with the buyer and their agent and any other involved parties to ensure all documents are signed and submitted on time. So I kind of highlighted that earlier. So make sure that you have a follow-up system. Let's say every Monday or Tuesday, you called the attorney, the lender, the buyer, or the title company to make sure that everything is moving smoothly. Typically, there are going to be a lot of communications coming in, so they'll keep you informed. They're really good communicating through email, so they will keep you updated. If they need anything, you're gonna hear from them. But overall, things do happen in life, so make sure you're keeping track and make sure you're making sure everybody still has a pulse. And overall, you want, again, for this transaction to get to the closing table. Tracking and organization, keep a meticulous record of all paperwork, correspondence to streamline the process and prevent delays. As I mentioned earlier, I do have a checklist. That's going to help you stay organized, guys, because you do want to stay organized. If you're a calendar person, even better. Make sure you set up all your reminders and calendar, and properly handle the paperwork is vital for a successful home sale. All right. So overall, guys, step number 6 is something that you're going to want to make sure you stay organized, have a checklist, and overall, make sure that you following up with the team that is working with you on the home sale. So overall, guys, hopefully step number 6 wasn't too overly complicated. It's more about staying organized, making sure that you understand your purchase and disclosures, and making sure that you communicate accordingly with title or attorney. See how simple that was? Keep a checklist, stay organized. Guys, I hope you really like this video. Hit the like button, comment for more, and I see you on the next video, which is the 7-step process, steps number 7. And yeah, I look forward to it, man. Drop your comments, tell me what you like, tell me what you're missing, so I can make another video to tailor you. Thank you very much.